Hey guys, it's Izzy here, and today we are going to be looking at all the books that I plan to read in February. These are the books that I'm annotating, that I'm going to be talking about in videos. So my goal is to read 8 books this month because that'll get me to my goal of 107 books by the end of the year. And I have already finished 3 books, so I'm not going to talk about those books in this video even if they were on my TBR, but they will be in my wrap-up at the end of the month. So in this video, I'm just telling y'all what these books are about, why I'm intrigued by them, and then at the wrap-up at the end of the month, I'll be giving y'all my actual thoughts of what I thought of these books, what I rated these books, but let's get into it. First we have my nonfiction pick, and that is Hood Feminism, Notes from the Women That a Movement Forgot by Mikki Kendall. So this is one that I've heard great things about. I got a not secondhand, from book outlets, so I don't know if that's secondhand or not. But I got this one and for a really good deal in hardback. But for somebody who considers myself a feminist, I do want to know about every single person's perspective, every color, every class, all of that. Today's feminist movement has a glaring blind spot, and paradoxically, it is women. Mainstream feminists rarely discuss meeting basic needs as a feminist issue, argues Mikki Kendall. But food security, access to quality education, safe neighborhoods, a living wage, and medical care are all feminist issues. All too often, the focus is not on basic survival for the many. Instead, it is on increasing privilege for the few. Prominent white feminists broadly suffer from their own myopia, I've never heard that word, with regard to how things like race, class, sexual orientation, and ability intersect with gender. How can we stand in solidarity as a movement, Kendall asks, when there is a distinct likelihood that some women are oppressing others? Which, yes, that's definitely so true. I've read fiction books where you can really see how views of feminism are different by certain people. So I can't wait to hear Mikki Kendall's arguments for this. And I will be doing the audiobook because the author does narrate it. For nonfiction, I tend to do the audiobook because the author is usually the narrator. I do have a graphic novel pick this month as well, and that is Hit 1955. So this is me starting a new series. Should I be doing that? Probably not. But this is by Bryce Carlson and Vanessa R. Del Rey. This is, they say the eyes are the window to the soul. You look at Harvey Slater and you'll see a homicide detective chasing cigarettes with few fingers of bourbon. You look into his eyes and you'll see a hitman who spends his nights making untouchable criminals disappear from the Los Angeles Police Department for the Los Angeles Police Department. But all it takes is a blonde bombshell from his past and a crime syndicate trying to muscle in while Mickey Cohen's in prison to open Slater's eyes to who he really is. I like noir. I don't really watch that, but I like the aesthetic of it. So for somebody who is more of a book person than a film or TV show person, I think this will be more up my alley. And we know I love vintage stuff. And why is this like, oh, the bookmark was sliding around. I was like, what is in there? What is it doing? We have another audiobook pick this month, and this is a long one. It's one I'm kind of intimidated by, even though I've given this author a 5-star before. I've also given her a 3-star before, so that's why it's like, it could be just a plain average book, or it could be fantastic, a favorite book, and that is The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. So this is my thriller pick, and I will be doing the audio, as I said, because this book is over 500 pages. It's actually over 600 pages, but let me tell you what this is about. So the setting is Alexandria, Mississippi, where one Mother's Day, a little boy named Robin Cleve DeFreshness was found hanging from a tree in his parents' yard. 12 years later, Robin's murder is still unsolved, and his family remains devastated. So it is that Robin's sister Harriet, unnervingly bright, insufferably determined, and duly influenced by the fiction of Kipling and Robert Louis Stevenson, sets out to unmask his killer. Aided only by her worshipful friend Healy, Harriet crosses her own town's rigid lines of race and caste and burrows deep into her family's history of loss, filled with the hairpin turns of a plot and a bustling, ridiculous humanity worthy of Dickens. The Little Friend is worth a myriad enchantments by a writer of prodigious talent. That has Dickens, love Dickens. It's a southern setting, love that. So, and it's going into important themes, so it's just like, will this be a great one? Will it be an average one? Who knows? I'm very much intimidated by it, because this is the work by Donna Tartt that I've heard the least about. You hear a lot about The Goldfinch, and The Secret History is a booktube favorite. Not a favorite for me, though. So I haven't heard that much. So have you guys read this book? What did y'all think about it? Next, we have a young adult fantasy that survived the great unhaul that will be posted next week, because this one was deep into a shelf that I did not feel like going too deep into. And that is The Star Touch Queen by Roshani Chokshi. So this is... Maya is cursed with a horoscope that promises a marriage of death and destruction. She has earned only the scorn and fear of her father's kingdom. Content to follow more scholarly pursuits, her whole world is torn apart when her father, the Raja, arranges a wedding of political convenience to quell outside rebellions. Soon Maya becomes the queen of Acheron and wife of Amar. Neither role is what she expected as Acheron's, like Akron, Ohio. No. Queen, she finds her voice and power. As Amar's wife, she finds something else entirely. Compassion, protection, desire. So this one sounds like any other YA fantasy. It's not piquing any interest there. But hopefully it will prove the odds wrong and it will be good, but my hopes are not high. And I did get this from Book Outlet as well, yeah. And then we have my romance pick, which is more kind of a contemporary, but it depends on who you ask, really. And that is One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. This is another book where I've heard hit or miss things, but in an Italian setting, I am not going to pass up on. Love Italy. I talk about Italy in like every single video. Like, I need to get my passport reviewed, like government. Can you just hand me one? I don't want to go to the place and get one. So when Kathy's mother dies, she is left reeling. Carol wasn't just Katie, I said Kathy, but Katie's mom, but her best friend, and first phone call, even Katie's husband can't seem to get through to her. She is lost without her anchor. Her mother was her true north. So One Italian Summers. Rebecca Searle's next great love story, a transcendent novel about how we move on after loss and how the people we love never truly leave us. I think that's a very important theme. I love books that deal with grief, but the way this deals with it is very odd from what I've heard. I think there might be even some magical realism vibes thrown in there, which I am currently reading magical realism, but you'll have to wait for the wrap up or my next vlog for that. But who knows? I hope I enjoy it, because as I said, I've heard mixed things, so you're really going in with no idea. Lastly, we had the first book of my 5-star prediction project, because I could not get to it in January. I got really bogged down with books, but that is a whole other topic. And that is Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. So this is one that I think will be 5-star. I don't know if I'm going to do the audiobook or not, because it's not over 500 pages. It's very close, but it's not. So I don't know. If you guys recommend the audiobook, let me know. So a stunning lyrical novel set in the rolling foothills of the Appalachians about a young girl and the family truths that will haunt her for the rest of her life. This one, the Appalachian setting, it's generational, a family saga. That's like all my favorite stuff right there. And I love this cover. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books or if you want to. But I said the comment, rate, subscribe, but ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. If you made it through the whole video, leave a mountain emoji in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!